Hey friends and family, and all you nosy people on YouTube. I am doing my adult story time. Thank God this is the last book. I don't know if I can endure any more of this reading, but as promised, I'm reading the Reach Around book series, season 1 and season 2. This is the last book. Disclaimer, this is not for children. This is adult reading hour by the fire. If you're easily offended, please scroll to the next video. I don't give a damn. I'm doing this as promised for a reaction, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, if you're easily offended, please move. This is only to be humorous. It's not to degrade anybody. It's just a book. I didn't write it, but I'm going to read it, okay? Point blank, period. This book should have a disclaimer, too. Let me read that. The book's disclaimer says, this is a work of fiction. Names, characters, and incidents are products of the author's imagination and are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual events or persons, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. Except for Peter. I told him I'd write a book about him if he covered one of my early morning shifts throwing bags at the airport. So I guess he wrote this book for his friend Peter. I don't know. Here's a picture of Peter. I didn't write it, like I said, but I'm about to read it. I've never read this book before. I don't know what it says. I don't know. I know what this publishing company does, but don't crucify me. I'm goofy, and I'm finna read the book. And here we go. The name of this book, this is Reach Around Books, Season 2, book number 5, the final book I have to read. Y'all, the name of this book is Peter Pitched a Tent. Oh my gosh. Peter dreams of camping with mermaids by the sea. Sometimes one, sometimes two. Last night he dreamed of 3. When Grandma came to wake him up, back out the door she went. At some point in the night, it seems that Peter pitched a tent. Peter is excitable. He loves the great outdoors. He built a campsite in the night right on his bedroom floor. He's no good at chopping wood. He's terrible at fishing. The skills that make a camper good, Peter's mostly missing. He has more pimples on his face than he has camping sense, but Peter is a total ace when it comes to pitching tents. He took down the tent that he had pitched and headed off to school. Along the way, he had an itch to stop off at the pool. Peter timed it perfectly. Such a stroke of luck. The senior female diving team was practicing their tucks. Peter pitched. I said I wasn't gonna laugh. I can't help it. I lost my place. Okay, here we go. Peter pitched a tent with ease, much larger than before. The show of swimming expertise could not be ignored. Peter's friends, Matt and Zach, were waiting at the school. Both of them sat back and laughed when he told them about the pool. Hope y'all can see that. Peter likes the science teacher in her class. He's never bored. She was showing off some creature when it hopped down on the floor. She turned her back to pick it up and bent down on one knee. In 3 seconds flat, his tent was up, a towering TP. These people so silly. Right there in their swimwear in front of everyone, Zach's mom and sister were laying in the sun. Zach announced, "It's time to go." But when he turned around, Matt sat down to watch the show as the circus came to town. Oh my gosh. Peter started twitching. He was turning red. The circus all were glitching deep inside his head. He sputtered and he wheezed. His eyes were rolling back. When finally he breathed, everyone stepped back. Zach's sister still is not convinced that he is just 13. Peter pitched the biggest tent the world has ever seen. Spank the monkey's on his way to visit Peter Town. He's going to need a helping hand to take that big tent down. That is the end of this story. That is the last book of Reach Around Books, Season 2. I'm done with my adult story time. I don't have any more adult story time books. So I hope you've enjoyed Reach Around Books, Season 1 and Season 2. I did it all by the fireplace just for you. I love you guys. I gotta go.